Hello everyone, I'm Neza Alawi, CEO of Mayshad, an international organization that empowers women through capacity building, networking, and leadership initiatives. Today, you are watching The Women's Advocate, our weekly show that hosts women who advance society and champion diversity, equity, and inclusion. Our guest today is Jennifer Vartanoz. She's the co-founder and CFO of Merchant Industry Payment Processing Company. For over 15,000 merchants, and that processes 3 billion annually. What an amazing company. Congratulations. Hello, Jennifer.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you. So tell me a little bit about the inspiration behind your company.
So our industry is quite large. We got into this industry in 2007. Mm-hmm. We started off just in a small little office with just 10 merchants to service, and we were inspired to go bigger. We found it quite interesting to be able to be in the financial industry in this sector. And as the years went on, we grew larger and larger, and we delved deeper and deeper into the industry, and we have grown quite a lot. So very proud of where we are right now.
Great. So Merchant Industry started in 2007,
correct,
right before the Great Recession. What did you have to make as choices to differentiate yourself at that time?
Well, definitely the economy was changing, the world was changing right around that time. But just as any business, there were struggles, and it was a learning curve, mm-hmm, especially for us. We really didn't have too much knowledge on it, but we worked really, really hard. I have 3 partners, all 4 of us. We worked really hard to get into it, and we accomplished it just by working hard and learning. And the economy showed us which way to go, and as we evolved, of course, we adapted in every aspect that we needed to make it work. So
as a CFO, but also entrepreneur, as you're one of the co-founders, what do you feel about change? And you've been running this company for the past 13 years, and you've witnessed a lot of economical changes, trend changes, now a new pandemic that is also changing everything. What is your belief on change?
Change is extremely difficult. It's not something people like. I personally don't love change. I think it's hard. You have to overcome so much, and you get stuck in your ways. But once a person is able to change, or a company is able to evolve, that's when magic happens. That's when you realize your strengths and how much you've grown, and you're able to overcome those struggles, because with change comes pains.
Totally. And I feel that sometimes, change is innovation, and you cannot just get stuck in your ways because they have been successful at a time. We've seen huge companies fail over the past 10 years, and I feel that those the cycles are getting shorter and shorter, and now with this pandemic, it's just going to be a roller coaster of changes. Changes are also that humility to reinvent yourself and reinvent your services. So Jennifer, you've been leading in an industry that is led by men. So tell us about this story. And
yes, I've always been surrounded by men, and it's been quite interesting. And I really can't complain. I've learned so much over the past 13 years, even further than that, going back. I was in a different business before that, but I've learned so much from the people around me. I have a lot of smart people around me, my partners, and there are quite a lot of women in the industry, and it's always nice to meet those women. When you go to a conference, you go to a show, there's some kind of an event, but definitely male dominated, mm-hmm, and you feel that you always have to kind of be one step ahead. But I think that in this day and age, it's not impossible. You could totally do it, you know.
You can do it.
Yes, absolutely.
You can do it. A lot of women had to give up on their femininity to be around men. And I look at you and you're this beautiful, glowing woman. How was it? How did you not make that choice to, I'm gonna get my hair shorter, I'm gonna like try to dress like a man and act like a man? How?
It's not my personality. I always try to put on my face in the morning and before I step out, and I enjoy it. It's something that has to come from within, but I know many women that they do have to give up so much of their, as you say, femininity, but I've really tried my hardest not to. And once again, you always kind of have to be working extra hard because a woman takes longer to get ready.
Yes.
She needs, you know, more prep or whatever it may be. You have to always, if you don't put yourself first, nothing else will follow the right way.
Amazing. So Jennifer, you've been surrounded by men at work, but also at home. I have heard that you have three sons.
I have I have twin boys.
Twin boys.
Yes, and I have an older daughter. So I definitely am surrounded by a lot of men in my life. But I think it's great.
And how was it to be leading the family and the business at the same time?
It's extremely difficult. I'm not going to lie. It was a constant juggle. It can definitely be stressful, especially when the children are younger. They demand a different type of attention. But you know, whenever I had a chance, and even when they were little and I would put them to sleep, I would run to my computer to go finish my work. But you know, the life doesn't stop because you have children. You kind of have to juggle it.
And did you feel supported at home?
I was supported, but there's still a lot of pressure.
There is.
There's a lot of pressure to be a good mom, to be a good wife, and also be good at what you do, because you don't want to let the people down around you. You want to prove yourself, and especially being a woman, you're always trying extra hard to prove yourself in front of other men, because you know, in this world that we live in, whether it's good or bad, I'm not going to sit here and judge, but the man can get up, go to work in the morning, and he kind of doesn't really have to look back to figure out, oh, who's going to pick up the kids after school and stuff like that. But you know, that's okay. It's just the life that we live in. I think it's totally fine.
It's okay when we're accepting it, and you know, sometimes you don't even realize it because you become trained for it.
Absolutely.
So okay, very, very, very interesting and inspiring to hear you. I want our audience to hear what you have learned about yourself in the past 13 years.
I've learned so much. I've learned that I can do more than I think I can. I've learned that I'm stronger than I am. I've learned when to keep my mouth shut and when to speak up. I have learned so much just by listening. I think that in the beginning, when you're not sure of yourself, you sit there quietly and you're in a meeting and you're surrounded by all these smart people and they're talking, and you just sit there and listen, and you learn so much. So I've learned that if I do that, I learn around me, I absorb the information, and then I can use it in my future to be successful.
Interesting. And how has your role evolved in the company as it was growing for the past 13 years?
Especially in the beginning, and still stays true today. I wear many hats in the company. It's whenever you own your own business, it's not like you have one role and you did your role and you pack up your bag at 5 p.m. and leave. You know, work follows you even, you know, through the night and through the weekends, but you delve into whatever you have to delve into, every aspect of the business. Whenever there's an issue, whenever there's a problem, whenever there's, you know, you want to help grow something, you kind of have to, you know, dive in and try to look at the, you know, the company in a bigger sense to see where you can make a change, where you can make things better. So.
And how has merchant industry been affected through COVID? Was there a change? Did you have to make a change to the service?
Absolutely, it was a challenge. I think for everyone, COVID has been a major challenge. When COVID first hit in March, you know, we were in uncharted territory as far as the business. Our office had to shut down, and we did have to furlough quite a few people because our business type, it's a little bit difficult to be doing certain things from home. It doesn't just require, a laptop in front of you. So unfortunately, we did make that call in the beginning, but within the few weeks and coming couple of months, we actually were able to hire most of those people back, which we were very proud of. And we made adjustments. We had to once again change.
Yes.
It's not easy. We tried to accommodate whoever was working from home to give them the proper equipment to help them succeed to do what they do. So, we made it work, and it was once again a learning curve for us, but we stayed pretty strong, and I think spirit really is a lot. In the beginning you feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna fold. What am I gonna do? The world is going under, but you have to show your strength and your power, and especially when people depend on you, employees depend on you, you have to stay strong for them too, because they didn't do anything wrong, right? They're working, they want their paycheck, which they deserve. They work so hard, so you have to stay strong for them as well.
So we are in New York. What are, and our audience is New Yorkers as well, what are the things that you see as a New Yorker that are annoying you about the city and that you would like to see change and evolve?
I would definitely like to see more peace in the city. I think that's been a factor. People are afraid to go outside. I think there's been some peaceful protesting going on, but I think that there's also been some crime, some rioting, and I would like to see New York go back to its splendor. Yes. When, the good old days that you can kind of just jump in your car any time of the day, head into the city, catch a show, catch some dinner, and then just enjoy yourself. And we're not there yet, and I hope that in the coming months we'll go back. It might take some time though.
Yes, but New York will come back, as we feel it as New Yorkers. We're strong and stronger, but it's definitely a big hit that New York is taking. And you've been the pioneer of this program.
Correct.
And do you see any trends in your industry?
Absolutely. It's gained so much momentum over the past few years. At first, businesses were extremely shy to use this program because they thought that it would be a turnoff for their customers, that customers would not want to pay the fees. But more and more people doing it, it's almost in every business at this point. So it has really gained a lot of momentum. And this is really the standard for the business now. It's really heavy in the cash discount industry.
Mm-hmm. And your company has been growing a lot over the past 13 years. What have you been doing for creating more diversity, equity, and inclusion?
We're an extremely diverse company, and we're always just looking for talent in all walks of life, all types of people. We have about 50 people working for us now, and we have over 300 sales agents throughout the U.S., located all throughout the United States of America. And we have a very good training program for both employees and for sales agents that work in different states, so people can go and do this on the side, or they do this as their main job, and you could be doing it from Texas, and you could be doing it from New York, from your home or in an office.
Great.
Yes.
And Jennifer, you are at a stage in your life where you're accomplished. You're a mom, you're an entrepreneur, you're a CFO, you know what you want, and you know what you have built. So I believe in transitions in life. Where do you stand in your life today as a woman?
Yes, I think that I'm in the prime of my life right now. I feel it. It's not because someone told me that, it's just because I feel it within myself, and I feel that I have accomplished quite a bit, and I would like to continue to grow as a person, as a business person. I've recently become involved as a community advocate in my own hometown, which I have quite enjoyed, because I feel like that also has a lot of empowerment, and especially as a woman, people always, you know, saying thank you to me for what I've done, and I think that's a great feeling by itself. So it's definitely been a different aspect in my life, something that I've never done before, but I find quite fulfilling, and I would like to run with that. Whether it's advocacy, whether it's helping, just providing any kind of help in the community, and just speaking out and just speaking my mind. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things being a woman, right? When you could say your voice and people listen to you. That's one of the best feelings that there is.
Are there any specific causes that you feel close to?
I don't have a specific cause, but I've delved into different areas within my community. And once again, I just feel close to my own community, but my community is just one small part of where I live, and I feel I would do the same thing for the community right next door to me. It wouldn't just be my community.
But it's nice to start somewhere, and to start somewhere where you know. If you know your community, you know what their needs are, and you will know therefore better how to help them. And then once you succeed that, as you said, you go to the next one and the next one. So starting with your community, as I see, it's not just being like focused on your own community. It's just it's a start.
Yes.
Do you have any other passions and then desires that you would like to explore in this new phase in your life?
I'm just the type of person that I do like to go on a little adventures, whether it's in my own personal life or whether it's in business too. I welcome adventures. So starting something new and building up something new has always been interesting to me, and always feel like it's like another door opening. So I really welcome that.
So you have a daughter and 2 sons.
Yes.
What is it that you wish for your daughter in her life? And my next question is, what is it that you wish for your sons as well? Because we definitely want to go into a very balanced world rather than a divided world. So let's start with your daughter as a woman.
I hope that she will grow to be a confident woman, believe in herself, believe that whatever she wants, she can accomplish it. I hope that she can take in my footsteps and for many things, to be able to have a family of her own, but also be successful. You know, you could do both. I don't see why you have to do one or the other. So I really wish that for her. She's a great student right now. She's still very young. She has to find herself, and that's going to take time, but hopefully one day she will meet someone and also fall in love the same way I did. I fell in love at a very young age and got married young, started my family very young, but whatever she does, she just needs the right partner in life. I think that's very important, because your partner is like your second half. It helps you to grow as a person. That's exactly what happened in my case. And she should continue her education, because education, I think, is very, very important in this life. And then whatever she wants to do, whether she wants to do something professional or go into business, she could follow in our footsteps or not. But usually the kids like to go a different way than what their parents do. But as far as, well, I wish that for her. And for my sons, well, I hope that they follow in my husband's footsteps.
Yes.
He's a very smart guy, and he's a very strong person mentally, and he can handle a lot on his plate. And he also handled a lot because we started a family young, and that's a lot for a man to take on and to be able to fit into that role and do it well. So I think finish their school and whatever their heart desires, but be a strong man, be a good father. I think those are the most important things that, you know, any mom can ever wish.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
It was so great and inspiring to host you today. I think that your life as a company leader, but also as a mother, as an accomplished woman, is so inspiring. And we see how poised you are. And I think that you are one of those quiet forces. and it just transpires. So good luck for everything that you're going to be doing in this new phase. We are in 2020, and it is, whether we want it or not, a new phase for everyone. So a lot of changes are happening in companies, industries, and at a personal level. So
absolutely. Well, I wish peace for everyone and a happy road ahead.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.